Peter Owens, a PGA professional with over 20 years of experience, is dedicated to coaching golfers of all ages and skill levels. Sports shaped his childhood and life, especially classic American sports like baseball, basketball, and football. At 19, he discovered golf, and 3 years later he passed the PGA playing ability test in Florida, launching his professional career. Beyond coaching, he's participated in numerous professional tournaments, developing a real feel for competition that he passes on to his students. Over the years, he's attended several advanced training seminars led by top golf instructors and biomechanics experts, deepening his understanding of the game. These experiences led to a deeper question. What happens in the brain and body when we learn a new motor pattern, like a foreign language, a musical instrument, or a sport like golf? With his years of coaching experience, his advanced training in biomechanics, and his professional tournament experience, along with collaborating with his brother, a professor of psychology and neuroscience who also coaches college athletes, they created a short video that shows how people, especially juniors, learn new motor skills like the golf swing. It's aimed at golfers of all skill levels and ages, especially juniors, and addresses the challenge of information overload, where conflicting tips from friends, family, or even coaches create confusion. The goal is to support golfers of all ages, especially juniors, with clear, practical, and biomechanically sound insights. Peter combines his professional knowledge with experience from targeted training and coaching to promote the learning of new motor skills like the golf swing. When an athlete steps up to the tee, there's much more happening than just a swing. Beneath the surface, deep within the brain and body, a powerful process unfolds. Every movement is a message, every repetition, a conversation between the nervous system and the muscles it controls. The brain learns physical skills by building pathways like blazing a trail through the woods. At first, this path is rough and uncertain, but each time an athlete swings the club, that path becomes a little clearer. Over time, through focused repetition, it transforms into a clear, well-worn path. This process is known as Hebbian learning, a principle that states, neurons that fire together wire together. In other words, what gets repeated gets remembered. At the same time, proprioception develops. Proprioception is the body's ability to sense the position and movement of its limbs in space, which enables precise and coordinated movements. But in young athletes, something even more powerful is happening beneath the surface. This stage of development is marked by an intense neurological process called myelination. During myelination, the brain coats its neurons with a protective layer of fat called myelin. This insulation works much like the coating on electrical wires, allowing signals to travel faster and more efficiently between the brain and body. As this process unfolds, the brain literally begins to shift from gray matter to white matter. Many people are familiar with the term gray matter, but it's the presence of myelin that makes adult brains appear white in scans. A child's brain, by contrast, is mostly gray. Over time and with experience, the white pathways take over, a sign that the brain is maturing and operating at higher speeds. With time and experience, these white pathways take charge, showing that the brain is growing up and working faster. This transformation is crucial. It means the young brain isn't just learning, it's restructuring. Movements become faster, more precise, and more automatic, but only if the signals being sent are consistent. The brain adapts at a rapid pace and needs clarity to wire itself effectively. That's why consistency in coaching is so important. When a young athlete hears different instructions from different voices, it creates confusion in the brain. They create conflicts in the brain's command center. The cerebellum, responsible for coordinating balance and timing, relies on repetition and stability. When the cues are constantly changing, this system struggles to smooth out the movement. Instead of building confidence, the athlete begins to doubt. This inner conflict creates something neuroscientists call neural noise, an increase in unnecessary brain activity that slows learning and hinders performance. The brain starts to hesitate, trying to process too many signals at once. As a result, progress can slow, frustration can rise, and motivation can dwindle. The swing feels more like a guessing game than a growing skill. By contrast, a young athlete training under the steady guidance of a single coach experiences something very different. The language stays the same. The corrections build upon each other. The pathway through the brain becomes clearer with every step. Myelination reinforces the correct connections. The peripheral nervous system, which relays these commands to the muscles, and the central nervous system, which processes and coordinates movement, begin to work in perfect sync. This alignment allows the athlete to move their swing from conscious thought to instinctive execution. This kind of brain-body harmony is what the best players in the world developed at a young age. Players like Jordan Spieth, Rory McIlroy, Scottie Scheffler, and Justin Thomas all benefited from having a single coach during their formative years. Jack Nicklaus, considered the greatest golf champion of all time, often spoke about the connection he shared with his single coach, Jack Grout, a relationship that began when he was just 10 years old. These players didn't listen to different voices every season or change their approach. Instead, they stuck with a consistent coach who helped them shape not just their technique, but their neurology. Golfers of all ages, from juniors to adults, should know that learning the golf swing is about more than just hitting balls. It's about building a lifelong swing at the deepest level, the level of the brain. And to do that well, it doesn't just take more instruction, but consistent instruction where the fundamental techniques are reinforced again and again. Ready to elevate your golf game, train smarter, and unlock your true potential with expert, consistent guidance? Take the first step today. Book your training session with one click and start your journey to better golf.